Hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should I begin? As you all know, I've been talking about this for a while. I'm going to do a ranking of Fall Out Boy albums from worst to best, in my opinion. If you don't agree with this list, that's completely okay. I'm not an expert in any way. I have some notes and I'll talk about some things. But other than that, this is just my personal opinion. I'm just making content for my channel. If you'd like to have a discussion on it, you are more than welcome to come on the show. We can talk about it. Um, why I'm doing this now is because I'm going to see Fall Out Boy on Friday at the Innings Festival, and I have turned such a huge corner on them in the last few months. When was made aware of their history, that I no longer hate them. I now think they're probably one of the best bands ever made. So I thought that maybe doing like a uh, ranking list would be fun. So I really need to reiterate this is just my list based on my opinion. Doesn't mean anything. So let's start off. So from the worst album that Fall Out Boy has, in my opinion, the one that I would not listen to. I'm sorry. Let's start with a little history here. Fall Out Boy was formed in 2001 by Pete Wentz and Joe Tromaine from the band Race Trader. Uh, Pete was playing with Race Trader and Joe, and they started their own band called Arms Arms Evangelist. I cannot remember how to pronounce the word. Pete, about a year later, finds Patrick Stump, who becomes the singer, and they kind of round out the band. They start with their very first album that was on an indie label called Take Your Girlfriend Home, and they signed to Island Def Jam, which was ran by Jay Z at the time, Russell Simmons, stuff like that. And they started making their very first albums in 2008 because they had been touring so much. They've been just going crazy. They had a hiatus for 3 years. And the reason that's important is because it's a completely different band after they come back from the hiatus. The music that you get for the first, what, 2001 to 2008, so first 7 years, is completely different than the music you get today. So, without further ado, let's start this list. The worst album, my personal opinion, on the list is post hiatus. It would be Mania. Mania is not a good album. Uh, it's still, yeah, cool. It was number one on the charts. Um, it it was it's fine. It's a fine album. You're just it's just not the Fallout Boy you came to love and respect. It's a lot of electronic dance stuff, a lot of like pop. It's just way poppy. It just does not mesh well with the pre-hiatus stuff or any of the earlier post-hiatus. It's there's nothing really here to like grab you or catch you or do anything like that. It's just not my favorite album. I spent 2 days driving, listening to all these albums at once, and I probably listened to each album about 3 times. And I would have to say that this is the one I came back to the least. It was almost felt like a chore getting through. Does that mean it's a bad album? No, I just personally don't like it. Maybe you like electronic dance music. I don't. So there you go. After that, we have another post hiatus um, album, and that is uh, American Beauty, American Psycho. This album has some great songs on it. I'm pretty sure it has. I know what. I cannot get this out, and this is not something you can really edit. So it's like, what is it? The Uma Thurman songs on it. Um, I can't remember if the Phoenix is on it or not. I guess I should have prepared better for this. Who takes me seriously though? no. So it's Centuries, Uma Thurman, the kids aren't all right. Uh, all those songs are pretty good, but the album just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't sound. It's very deep Patrick Stump. Like I would almost consider this like a Patrick Stump fucking side project, even though he had a side project. It just it's not. It just doesn't do it for me. It's not a very good album in my opinion. But it's Fall Out Boy. All their albums are good. It's just if you only gave me three to take on a desert island, this isn't going to be one of them. Like I said, this is post hiatus. Everybody likes Centuries. You know, it's like the number one song on Spotify. But as far as full album, like the whole package, this is just not very good. Um, Continuing with the post hiatus albums, that the next one is going to be Save Rock and Roll. I know it has Elton John and Courtney Love on it. You get the Phoenix on this, which is one of my favorite songs. Um, you get I think this has uh freaking what is it? It has Centuries. Yeah, you get Uma Thurman on this one. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at freaking the wrong. I can't believe my. I can't believe I did that. Sorry, my notes are kind of scattered. You get the Phoenix, which is the best song on the album. My songs know what you did in the dark, which is also a hit. Um, Alone Together is good. Miss Missing You is really good, but Rat-a-Tat with Courtney Love, like I previously mentioned, is really good. But I mean, once again, it's post hiatus stuff. It's better than the other two, but it's not as good as their early stuff. I do like this album a lot. I think, you know, Pete and Patrick's like team up together on this album is really good. It's just it just as far as like the best of the best is pretty far from it. I know I mentioned a lot of songs. I could listen to this album over and over again. I definitely listen to it over Mania or American Beauty, American Psycho. So, you know, let's not go crazy. After that, we're gonna go with the newest album. Also post hiatus, Fall Out Boy. So much for Stardust. I think the title song on the album is amazing. So much for Stardust is very, very, very good. Hold Me Like a Grudge, I think, is very good. It does sound a lot like Justin Timberlake, very poppy. You know, new sound, but as far as listenability goes, this is probably one of their better post hiatus stuff. It's just all around great. Great album. Listened to it a lot. I found myself repeating songs off of this album when I was doing my listen through, and yeah, especially that last song. It does have the terrible, terrible "We Didn't Start the Fire" remake thing at the end, but other than that, this album is pretty solid. Then we're gonna go into From Under the Cork Tree. So you're like, whoa, From Under the Cork Tree, that's crazy. That has Sugar Going Down, Dance Dance. I'm a little less 16 Candles, a little more Touch Me. Lawyers may change the name of this song. This album is wonderful. It is a great album. However, I think the other three albums are better. This is a huge commercial success for them. Clearly, this launches them into stardom. Sugar, We're Going Down. I don't know how many times I have to say this to you people, especially the younger generation that's just getting into this band. It's Loaded God Complex, Cock it and Pull It. Not Loaded Gun Complex, Loaded God Complex, Cock it and Pull It. I'm tired of correcting people on that. And yeah. Um, this is a really fun album. There's a lot of really good music on here. They're still screaming at the end of the album, which is awesome. Awesome like post-hardcore thing that they do, and I really, really like it. It just isn't as good as the top three. So from here, where do we go? We're gonna go Infinity on High. I think Infinity on High is one of the best albums. They're firmly cemented into Island Def Jam. They got Jay-Z on speed dial. They're calling him. They're asking him to do the intro for Thriller. Thriller is just such a kick-ass song. The way to start an album like that is just fucking incredible. Right into um Thanks for the Memories. I mean, it's not the next song, but it's like two songs down, and or This Ain't a Scene, it's a goddamn arms race. Freaking amazing song. Everything on this album is amazing. It's so re-listenable. It's so good. I think as far as I guess this technically wouldn't be their sophomore album. Under the Cork Tree would be, I guess. But to me, this feels like a sophomore album, and it's really fucking good. So it's like Thriller, This Ain't a Scene, Hum Hallelujah, Thanks for the Memories. Man, just everything. Bringing bringing the doldrums, GNASFS, which I'm sure stands for something. And if you're out there, you can tell me, but I've never looked into it that much. I just love that song. So yeah, Infinity on High, one of the best albums they have. So re-listenable. And then followed up by Take This to Your Grave, which I think Take This to Your Grave is, I mean, it could be tied with the number one. It's so good. Saturday, Dead on Arrival, Where's Your Boy Tonight, Chicago So 2 years ago. Everything on here is just incredible. It's early pop punk. It sounds amazing. Stump isn't there yet, but he's getting there. You're about to get the biggest boom ever. The songs are just so relatable. Even as a 40-year-old man, I listened to this when I was 23, and I still listen to the songs today, and I'm like, this is this is me. Um, I I love this album. I loved it before I started my Fall Out Boy hate. This was always in constant rotation, but now that I'm back into the fold of Fall Out Boy, it's like this is still my like, okay, let's start here and we'll, instead of like randomizing it. I just love this album so much. Uh and then I think Folie à Deux is their best album. Loyal Order of the Water Buffaloes is just the Disloyal Order of the Water Buffaloes is just their best song. I think that's just the best song that they have. The whole album's good. You go into I Don't Care. Uh, just the whole thing. It's infinitely listenable. Every song on here is amazing. It's the biggest commercial success. It was supposed to come out when Obama was initially um, like it was supposed to come out on election day, did not, wound up getting pushed back a week later. It failed. It failed, and I think they saw that and they were like, they took a step back, and that's why they started the hiatus. Um, but this is such a good fucking album, man. Like it's iconic. Picture on the front, all the songs on it. It's really fucking good, and I'm really excited to see them play the Disloyal Order of the Buffaloes on Friday. Um, you know, so that's my ranking. I didn't go into too much detail. I'm just trying to have a little fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We also have a food video coming out tomorrow if you want to watch that as well. And then we'll be back on Sunday. But and we'll talk about me going to see Fall Out Boy at Innings Festival on Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you disagree, if you agree, please like, comment below. Let me know what you thought of this. If you didn't like it, sorry. If you want to argue, that's fine. Like I said, come on the show. But I'm Aaron, and Big Gulps, huh? We'll see you later.